Hi guys, Warner here at Winery. We're here day 4 of the Festa Italiana here in Taylor Street in Chicago. It's an old Italian neighborhood where a lot of Italian immigrants came and settled. And now we're all over the place. But every year we have this Festa Italiana in a couple of weeks. And we take over Taylor Street to show the Italian culture, Italian food, and all the great things that is the Italian people. So today I want to talk to you guys about winemaking. Winemaking is such an important part of the Italian culture all over Chicago and all over the world. Italian Americans wait for the grapes to come in, and where we make wine at home. You're allowed to make up to 200 gallons of wine in America for home use and consumption. Now, some of that wine ends up being sold. We don't know how. Some of that wine is given to your friends and family with no label. Here at Winery, we actually have a license to make wine. So you can buy our wine if you go to vinthrough.com/wine club. You can join our wine club. You come to the fest and try some wine. But we're going to go through a little bit of a tutorial of winemaking and of how the wine gets from the grapes to the bottle. And we're going to tell you a little bit about that right now. So my name is Warner. I'm a winemaker at Winery. When you come to Winery, this tasting room, you can learn all about the winemaking process. You can see the barrels, see the press, and learn about all of those things that go into winemaking. So the first step in the winemaking process, and leave a comment below if you know, the first step of the winemaking process is to get the fruit. So what we do is we harvest the grapes. The grapes are harvested. And then what we do is the first step is then, the second step is to crush the grapes. So we have a grape crusher, and ours is called a destemmer. So we just destem the grapes. We take all the grapes and we take all the berries of the grape and we remove the stems. So that goes through a machine. So if you guys join the wine club, you can actually participate in this process. A very unique process that only happens once a year all around the world. Those grapes are then taken and put into a tank. With home winemaking, what we do is we'll use equipment like this. This is a carboy or a demigiana in Italian. We'll take the stem, we'll take all of those berries and skins, and they'll go into a fermenter. That fermenter is where the wine starts to ferment. And that'll happen within 5 to 10 days. 3 times a day where we punch the grapes down into the juice to make sure that we're getting all the extraction from the skins. So we get all the color, we get all the flavor into the juice. All right, time out. I'm gonna get some water because this is the hardest part in talking. Here, follow me. All right, when you talk a lot, you have to have water. All right, perfect. So, once those grapes are fermented, once that wine is fermented, we drain off of the wine into something like this. Now, we don't use these too much anymore in the winery because we have big tanks. But when home winemaking all over the city of Chicago, we'll drain the wine into what is called a carboy. After one day, we're going to rack the wine. So we siphon the wine from the sediment into a clean container. We'll put an airlock on the carboy and let that sit and age for at least, I would say, 12 months is a good time period for full body reds. During that time, we want to make sure that we add a little bit of sulfur dioxide, which is not too evil. Don't let anybody tell you. The wine will then age nicely and not have any bad bacteria growing in it. More about that later. We're gonna do a whole series about sulfites and what the truth is about sulfur, okay? The wine will be racked one more time off of the sediment and then bottled, okay? So that's the winemaking process. But we missed one thing, and that's the pressing of the grapes, the skins of the fermented wine. So come over here. This is called a press. So if you're an Italian American or a Bulgarian, or if you're Greek, or if you're Spanish, or if you're Mexican, or anywhere they make wine, you're gonna know of the old school wine press. This is not the old school one. This is a new school one. It's called a bladder press. So what we do after we drain all the wine from the skins and the seeds, we'll take those skins and seeds with the shovel, and we're gonna shovel all of that out, and we're gonna put it into the press. So this is called a bladder press. Come in here, come in here. And we'll shovel the skins and all of the seeds around this bladder. Then we turn the water on, and what happens is the bladder then presses the rest of the wine out through these holes into this tray, down this hole, and then into a bucket to where we're gonna pump it back into the tank. We put all of that together and let that settle, and that's what winemaking is all about. At the winery, we actually this is the press. So come on in, we're doing it. This is a bladder press, yeah. These are a little gentler on the fruit, on the skin. And the juice comes through here. This is water pressure. We're doing a video right now.
Find the video. Hey, I'm the gourmet realtor. In case you want to know, my office is on Loomis and Taylor.
Loomis and Taylor, the gourmet realtor.
Gourmet realtor. Pat Iannino.
Get a house or get a commercial property.
Yeah, buy everything. Buy.
Buy now. Yeah, this is Warner DeJulio. Yeah. I don't know, my grandfather. We'll look it up while you're
Calabria, Mamma Mia, everybody's Calabrese.
I know.
I am too.
Are you really? Yeah, this is a little more gentler on the food. But the old, I was telling them about the old basket press. Yeah.
Go on, go listen to this. I have a video, winemaking, it's home winemaking Chicago style on YouTube.
Oh, you got to be, oh my God.
Yeah, home winemaking Chicago style on YouTube.
We're going to go and we're going to do a
Look
video
at me,
together.
I'm there drinking and working and telling everybody what to do.
Oh my God. Warner, great to meet you. Yeah, come to the Wine Word Radio. We started in Norwich, same way. Yeah, right there. Great to meet you. All right, see, that's what happens in the Italian culture. We just start talking and yelling at each other. But what he was saying is talking about the bladder press. So this is a different type of press than that basket press. But this fills with water and presses the skins to the side. And then all the wine then goes into here. And then we capture like 20% of the wine is stored in the skins. So we have to get the remainder into the tank. So we don't want to throw any wine away. After that's done, this is what we do. After that's done, we turn this upside down. And we pull out the bag where all the skins are. Now, if you're inclined, you can turn that to grappa. It's not legal to distill at home, but you may know a guy. So that's it. Then we do the same thing. We rinse and repeat. We'll fill it back up with skins and then start that process all over again. And that's the winemaking process in general. After the wine is settled in barrels for about a year, in the winery we do about 14 months with French oak. We'll empty the barrels and then we'll bottle the wine. We clean the barrels and then we fill them back up again every year. So if you guys want to learn about the winemaking process, come to Bin 312 Winery. We're always there on the weekends, and during the winemaking process, well, the winemaking season, which is right around next month, you guys could come in and participate in the winemaking process. If you have any questions, my name is Warner, I'm the winemaker. You can always ask me any questions, DM the winery, call the winery, and then we'll be happy to answer your questions and teach you a little bit about wine. That's it. See you guys soon. Come to the fest and try some more wine. Take care.